Alright, baby, let's ride. So here we are, just riding along Taft Avenue, the middle of the day, definitely well past the morning rush hour, and what do you know, traffic is still somewhat on the heavy side for the most part of my ride along Taft Avenue. As you can see, there are spots where the traffic is quite light. Thankfully, I mean that's to be expected. It's in the middle of the day, and most people, I suppose, are either still at work or they're out at lunch, and not a whole lot of private vehicles on the road for the most part. Just the public transportation vehicles like buses and jeeps. Still, the traffic I've found as I travel along Taft Avenue is from moderate to heavy, and I suppose that's the metro traffic for you. uh, believe it or not, the LRT, the light rail transit, was supposed to prevent the traffic along Taft Avenue to be on the heavy side. It was supposed to lighten the traffic up considerably. I mean, one of its purposes was to transport people, take up the main burden or main duty of transporting people from point A to point B along the line of LRT from Pasay to Caloocan. And the jeeps are supposed to be, the number of jeeps are supposed to be lessened. They're supposed to be relegated to the secondary role of transporting people from locations between two stations. And I suppose for the most part, it worked during the early years of the LRT, but looking at things now, I'd say it's not working, man. I suppose the progress and the growth of the city had overtaken the LRT, and traffic is or has taken a bad turn. I mean, I'm lucky that I'm able to travel along this route during this time of the day, and it's still quite light. Well, moderate to heavy, but still, if I was, make no mistake about it, if I was taking this route rather, during the rush hour, whether morning rush hour or afternoon rush hour, man, it's going to be bumper to bumper traffic, man. Yeah. As it is now, though, given the time of the day, traffic is light in many parts, but for the most part, traffic is from moderate to heavy. As you will very well, as you will very well see in a moment when I get back to Taft Avenue. I mean, given the way they are managing the intersection of Taft Avenue and I think this Buendia, I had to go around and then back again to Taft Avenue. So, back to Taft Avenue, you'll soon see the traffic building up. For the most part, vehicles are public utility vehicles, particularly jeeps, and the number of jeeps was supposed to have been reduced because of the LRT, but it hasn't worked, man. The number of jeeps had only grown and grown and grown through the years, to the point that I think LTFRB had taken a stance of not issuing any more franchises for this route. Yeah, it's just that bad, man. Just that bad. LRT, for the most part, is a good way to get around, particularly along its line from Pasay to Caloocan, as I already mentioned, and probably the quickest way to go around, particularly if you consider the traffic along Taft Avenue nowadays. Man, traffic's bad, man. It's just that bad, and I can only thank God or thank fortunes that I'm on a motorcycle and I'm able to filter through the bumper to bumper traffic. And of course, there are times that even on a motorcycle you are unable to filter through. And you just have to grin and bear it and just wait it out until you see an opening and you're able to continue on your way. Yeah, thank goodness I'm on a motorcycle and I'm able to get to where I'm going much faster than those people in cars and jeeps and whatnot. Ah, traffic, man. Traffic. Yeah. What can you do, man? That's the metro for you. That's the traffic situation in Metro Manila, and take it or leave it, you've got no choice but to take it. And it's just going to get worse, I think, unless the government gets off its lazy ass and does something about it. Oh, to be sure, they are doing something about it, or at least that's what they say they are doing. But judging from experience, from what I've seen on the road, it's not working, whatever they are doing. I mean, the number coding system that MMDA had proposed was successful at the start, but people, as I had expected and as I had told my friends numerous times when the number coding was still new, I told my friends that the number coding will only work in the short term, but in the long term it will not work, and I was right. People started wising up and they started buying a second car or a third car just to get around the number coding system, and here we are. Traffic situation has only gotten worse. The number coding had succeeded in putting more vehicles on the road, and since the roads are not growing in size, more volume, more traffic, and that's that. The number coding system, in my opinion, was supposed to be a stopgap measure, a temporary measure to give people a breather, to give the government a breather, a chance to think up of something else to help solve the problem, to think up of something that will be more of a permanent or long-term solution to the problem. Unfortunately, though, it seems that for a long time, the government, particularly the MMDA at the forefront, the government thought that the number coding was enough and it wasn't, and here we are, traffic's bad. The only way that you can really counter light traffic is by getting on the road, say in the middle of the day or early afternoon when there's no rush hour, no traffic rush like in the rush hour, morning rush hour and afternoon rush hour. Well, that's the government for you. Of course, I suppose it's easy to talk about it when you're not the one in charge. Yeah, but I really hope the government thinks up of something effective and solves the problem. I'm not hopeful in the sense that they might do it in the next few years. Still, I hope that they eventually succeed in solving this problem. Well, back to the LRT, back to the topic at hand, riding along Taft Avenue, just under LRT. LRT is a great way to get around, as I had already mentioned. But me personally, I won't take the LRT if I didn't really have to. I mean, I've ridden it before, not only once, but several times, and let me tell you, it's an experience that I'm not really looking forward to, and hopefully I won't have to anytime soon. It's just too overcrowded, man. Too many people taking the LRT, or the MRT, or LRT2, LRT3, or any other LRT systems that the government had put up. I'm just familiar with the LRT and the MRT rather. And as I had mentioned, there's too many people taking the LRT. Whatever time you gain by taking the LRT, you lose by when you take into consideration how much time you have to wait in line. 10 to 15 minutes waiting in line just to get into the station in many parts, in many stations of the LRT. And then 5 to 10 minutes waiting for the train to arrive. If you're lucky, you just have to wait 2 minutes or 1 minute. And then when the train arrives, you're gonna have to jostle and push to get in because there's just that many people trying to take the LRT. And as a result, you get jam-packed into a car or a train. So many people, and if you're unlucky enough to enter a car that's not air conditioned, man, terrible. The heat is terrible, man. Not only from the outside, but from the inside as well, coming from the many people that are riding the car with you. Like I said, it's an experience that I would rather not repeat. Thankfully, I have a motorcycle. I'm able to go to where I'm going with relative ease despite the traffic. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. Until next time, keep on riding on, baby.